Hello, Justin, the Ozarks Gardener here once again. It is April 9th in Springfield, Missouri, the Queen City of the Ozarks, and I'm going to do a little video for y'all on critter control. What I've done here, as it started to warm up, I kept coming out to my beds, to my backyard every day or two, and I kept noticing there was these little holes dug in the soil in my garden beds, and I'm guessing it was squirrels because I've seen quite a few squirrels around the neighborhood and in my backyard here. And I don't know what they were digging for, if they were digging for seeds or if they were trying to hide nuts or whatever squirrels do. I'm not sure. They're crazy critters. But I started to sow some seeds out here, and I was afraid they were going to disturb the seeds, so I constructed these chicken wire frames here to put over my boxes that will keep birds and squirrels and rabbits and such out. And what it is I got this from the all-new Square Foot Gardening book by Mel Bartholomew, where I got most of this stuff on Square Foot Gardening. And what it is it's a frame. It's a wooden frame of 1x2s, pine 1x2s that are screwed together, and then chicken wire stapled to it, and bent into shape, and then they're held together, you can see, around the edges with zip ties right there. And I could have just strung some chicken wire taut over the frame, and it would have been a lot easier, honestly, but that would have put the cap right at the top level of the bed here, just straight across, which my beds aren't full to the top with soil. Let's go ahead and take this off. And so that it would have left some room for things to grow, but I like this. I left a foot of space there that I can actually, my plants can grow for quite a while until they're very well established and still be protected by the chicken wire. And as you can see right down here, that is spinach that I planted a little while back, and it's starting to come up. And over here, if you can see through the mesh there are radishes down there. And so this has been working great so far. I haven't noticed, and I sowed some seeds over there too for spinach, and then I have some lettuce starts that I bought from the store growing in there, and they seem to be doing well. I took off a bunch of the outer leaves the other night for salad, and they seem to have sprung right back and grown more, so that's great. So these I think are going to work great at keeping animals out and letting my plants grow uninfringed. So then let's go over here to the cold frame, and things have really taken off in here. I'm actually just getting my first radishes. I pulled one out just a few minutes ago. It looked like the perfect picture perfect radish, and there are a bunch right there that are about ready to come out. So you can see I've got carrots here that are actually starting to have their little carrot leaves and look like carrots. Down here is a bunch of beets. They look a little wilty because I just watered everything and it kind of smattered everything down. And I've got some red beets here, and then here I have some like gold beets, I believe, and they'll need to be thinned out. Once they get a little bigger, I'll pluck one out of each space and just use it in the salad. Then right here I have some spinach that's starting to get kind of big, and then these big guys right here are a Japanese variety of turnip. And I don't think the turnips underneath are really turnipy yet, ready to be harvested, but what I am going to do is take off some of these outside leaves. And these Japanese turnips have a very tender leaf that is just great in salads. Yeah, it's delicious. And so I'm going to harvest off a bunch of those outer leaves, and they'll continue to grow and let the turnip below the soil finish maturing. Then up here I've got some Swiss chard that's starting to get a little bigger. And over here are actually radishes that when I thinned these out, because in every hole that you plant a seed, you usually plant two in case one doesn't germinate. So I transplanted the little baby radishes over here when they were when I was thinning them out, and they were real wilty for a few days, and I thought they were going to die, and it looks like a few of them have, but a few of them took root, and it looks like they're growing alright, so I'll get bonus radishes. Then right here, I've got a dwarf Siberian kale. Got a few of those growing, and over here some more Swiss chard. It's really getting kind of big, and I'm pleased about that. More carrots over here. The carrot varieties I planted were a red carrot, a yellow carrot, and a Parisian stumpy orange carrot. And then right here is Australian yellow lettuce, which is starting to look big enough to start harvesting some outer leaves before too long. And then up here, hasn't taken off quite very well. A few of them have, is some mâche, which is it's spelled M-A-C-H-E. It's a French salad green. And I got a lot of these seeds from Baker Creek Seed Company. You can check them out at rareseeds.com. They're absolutely great. They have just great heirloom varieties, no GMOs, just really interesting stuff. And most of my seeds have come from there. I did get some regular seeds from Lowe's, you know, for some of the other stuff that I'll be planting out in the boxes, but I made sure to get organic seeds because that's what I'm trying to do here. So that's our update on the cold frame and a word on critter control. So if you have a problem with critters getting into your garden, think about constructing a wire frame out of chicken wire. They were fairly inexpensive, and I think they should last a pretty long time, and so far they seem to be doing a great job. Oh, and bonus I think will work is that in fall, when it starts to get pretty cold out, I'll probably just get some paint drop cloth, some of the thin semi-clear plastic paint drop cloth, and pull it taut over these wire frames, and it'll basically work like a low tunnel or a greenhouse over my boxes, and I can keep growing things even when it starts getting cold out. So that's it today. This is Justin the Ozarks Gardener signing off.